Good morning and TGIF. It's Friday, aka Freya's Day, aka Fridays ruled by Venus. So it's Venus Day, a day about love and beauty and money. And also, I really think it's also about how you love yourself. So I got woken up pretty early with a really strong message from Spirit for you. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. So this message came through really, really strong, and it was really, really specific. So I thought I would just go ahead and share it with you and then put the replay up on YouTube and my Substack. So this message from Spirit is specifically for someone who is going through either a breakup or just got into a fight with it's either it's a relationship based issue, okay, and it's either a friend or a business partner or your actual romantic partner, but it's someone that has really been there for you in the past. Before I just show you what these cards are, but it's someone who has really been there for you in the past. Thank you so much for the likes. Hi, Kristen. Good morning. Good morning, Miriam. But yeah, keep double tapping the screen for me. But it is really about like this tension and why this occurred. Okay. So if that's not you, don't worry. I'll do another collective reading afterwards, just in general. But this one came through very, very, very strongly. So I don't know who needs to hear it, but I'm just here to deliver the message. So if you are that person, if you've had a fight, if you've had like a contention, if someone that you really genuinely care about is not seeing things the way that they actually are, then this message is 100% for you, okay? Because it's someone that you've had a relationship with, that they have been there, that you've have had good times, and now the rubber's meeting the road, and there's a lot of whether it's miscommunication or whatever, and you're not seeing eye to eye, and you're kind of like, what do I do about this? Okay, so now that I've kind of explained this, So I'm going to actually share these cards. Well, let me just share this first, okay? The truth of the matter is this. So you've been trying to talk to this person. You've been trying to reason with them. You felt slighted and they just didn't want to take responsibility, or they're not seeing it the way that you're seeing it. And then they don't understand why you're like so up in arms about it, right? And so I asked the deck, how do they feel about this person now? And I got the Seven of Pentacles. And here's what's really fascinating. When the Seven of Pentacles comes up like this, like normally if we're just talking about your business and your life, then I'd be like, okay, you like planting those seeds and like waiting, there's nothing more that you can do except for just to nurture and grow, right? But in the situation of your relationship or this like confrontation, this issue with your other person, it's like they are feeling more like, well, let me just clock this. I don't know if I'm really getting out of this what I'm putting in. Like, I don't know. Like, it's more like going, if they're thinking about it more like a lawyer, well, it's like, well, I didn't do what they said, what, she said that I did, and I don't even see it. So it's like pulling the tallies. It's like, what is this? So there's this notion of, not caring about your emotions or not really wanting to repair the relationship. It's more so like doing checks and balances and just kind of being like, well, that's not what was written. Those aren't the facts. And so they're like tallying them up, which is a very different vibe, especially if this person is so close to you and has been so good to you in the past. It's kind of the opposite sort of reaction that you were expecting when bringing up that, your feelings were hurt, if that makes any sense. Okay. So then I asked the cards, well, what do you need to do about it? Right? Because it's really hard when especially in business. Okay. But especially when the bond runs deeper than just a friendship or just a relationship, like there is a soul connection there. You two felt like kindred spirits. You felt like they were there for you in the past. So like, why is it so hard for them to be there for you now? Like there's a lot of that kind of thing going on. And so when I asked again, what is it that you are like, what is this trying to teach you? Or what is this really about? I got the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. Okay, look at that bad bee. And then the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so when you see these three cards together, it's like you're desperately trying to protect your boundaries. You're trying to enforce them. Like what this is, this whole experience is like not trying to make you feel bad. It's trying to show you that you need to fortify your boundaries in order for you to rise up as the bad bee that you are, right? The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles together, you in and of itself are a visionary leader. You are a chosen one. You know that you have this incredible mission. You're making this world a better place with your talents, with your gifts, with your spiritual gifts. You are really ready to rise, and like you just got this new download about like your new mission, and like you've got all of this clarity about what you want to build and how you want to contribute, and you're like in it, like you're being the main character. Like Leo season really brought something out in you that made you realize that you have a lot more to give than you were giving yourself credit for. And this is exciting. This is incredible. This is like, you know, confirmation, right? And you're just like, okay, yeah, I do matter. And like what I'm doing is like great. And like, this is like feeling so good. It's so soul aligned. I have ascended. I have evolved. Like I'm feeling good. But with the Four of Pentacles, and especially with the situation, is like, in order to maintain this high vibration, you have to protect your peace. You have to protect your boundaries. You have to protect your energy, and you can't, well, that's for the next message, but you cannot continue to do emotional labor for someone if they are not willing to do the work themselves, especially not for free anymore, right? Like we're past that point. You're the queen now, right? You're not going to sit here and like, just like teach everyone for free. I mean, you could on a one-on-one basis, but then you would never get your empire built. Does that make any sense? So that's really the lesson for you. However, I was like, okay, well, and I don't know, I was just still feeling like whoever this is for, like you still feel bad about it. You want to like talk about it with this person, even though this person is like being very resistant to hearing what you have to say and being very resistant to logic, in fact. And then all of a sudden you're still like, but I still care because this person was there for me. This person has done good things for me. So it's not like they were just an a-hole right off the bat. This is just, it's not even about the original issue in the first place. Now it's about the fact that you're refusing to take responsibility, even after I've given you literally the receipts that I could bring into a court of law. And you're still trying to make this like about that I'm wrong. Like I feel like you feel like you're gaslit. Okay. So you're like second guessing yourself, or maybe it's because like, oh my gosh. Okay. Perfect. Kristen. Perfect. So there's also this whole notion of like, I feel bad, but I'm not gonna like, you're not paying me enough money to like, there's not enough of a reciprocation where I'm getting what I need in the relationship in order to like do this quote unquote for free to like quote unquote like get things back to like, you can't be the person. It's almost like, okay, here's another analogy that's coming in. It's like before you two were equals. Now it's like a parent and a child. And it's like, I didn't sign up to be your parent. I'm not doing this for free. I didn't literally birth you out of my vajayjay. So like, I don't understand why I'm now having to pick up the slack when you're refusing to take responsibility because you're a full-fledged adult. Like what's happening here, right? So I was like, what do you need to do about this? And it was, so this is where it was interesting. It was the Six of Pentacles reversed. So key. And then it was the Sun. And then it was the Three of Wands. So when these three cards came out, I was like, oh my God. So you really do have to stop overgiving. You have to stop doing the emotional labor for them. You have to stop giving them extra chances and like taking all of this extra time, extra energy, extra frustration on your part to not only feel attacked and like vilified, but now you're not in a safe space emotionally. And then you have to rise above that, be the bigger person, break it down for them on their level so that they can actually finally understand what they did wrong. That literally is violating your own boundaries and costing you your peace. I need you to hear that really hard, right? No, really, I said like, how old are you? 34. Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So it's like, you're a full-fledged adult. You're not 5. Okay. It's not like a 7-year-old like throwing a temper tantrum. It's like, you're literally a full-fledged adult. So with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, the core wound. And so this was something that like came through while I was like, because there's a couple more cards and I can pull some other cards too live just so that we can get a little bit more insight. But along with this is just kind of like, this is, if you want to know why it's so hard for you to let this go, it's because it is reminiscent of a past issue with someone very close to you. So this is just really highlighting a wound and a trauma that you thought that you had gotten over before with someone in the past who, you know, you poured your blood, sweat, and tears into, and like, you know, you're just like, I am so loyal. I am your ride or die. Like if you're in a bad spot, here's a shirt off my back. I'll work extra shifts. Like I'll help you get to where you want to go, because it's about like, I will get you because I know that if the situation was reversed, you would get me, right? Like it's kind of one of those things where you felt like with the 6 of Pentacles upright, right? It's like give and receive, give and receive. It's this equal exchange, this reciprocity where both parties are getting what they need out of the relationship. And so because of this past one that caused you to feel less than, that caused you to feel like I literally, like you drained me of everything that I had and like I have nothing left. And then the only thing that they can come back at you with is, oh, well, I guess we should take some time apart or something. And you're like, am I stuck on glue? Or like, it's almost like, I don't know why this like flashed in my head. It's like that Elle Woods moment when Warner breaks up with her at the beginning of the movie and she thought that he was going to propose. And she's like, I'm sorry, like, am I not good enough? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not serious enough. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm the president of Delta Nu. Like, are you crazy? Like, what's happening? And then he's like, I don't need a Marilyn. I need a Jackie. And you're like, what? Like, it's kind of that feeling. And so what this whole experience is trying to teach you is to, you have to stop over giving like that. You have to learn how to protect your peace and shine like the sun. And the thing about the sun is this, right? The thing about the sun is that like the sun doesn't care if you get sunburned. The sun shines whether you like it or not. The clouds can cover it, but the UV rays still come through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to think about the sun is the hugest star in our galaxy. Okay? The sun is the hugest it's like the hugest star in our galaxy. So that's why it's like the sun, Leo season's just wrapping up. We're just hitting we're hitting Virgo season starts today. Happy birthday to all my Virgos, right? And we've got the Virgo new moon happening. It's the start of this new eclipse season. Like it's ushering in this new energy of getting your mind right, like getting your literal head screwed on straight so that this imbalance doesn't happen anymore. So that it doesn't happen anymore because you're done. You don't need to learn this lesson anymore. Does that make any sense? I will go back and read the comments in just a second. Okay. So I was like, okay, like And then with the Three of Wands, it's like, you got to keep like, this is very like, keep your eyes on the prize, right? Not like, I'm going to get Warner back. Like, I'm going to Harvard, right? It's not necessarily that, but it's like, you have to remember, I think the Three of Wands is more so, if we're going to keep with the Elle Woods analogy, it would be like at the end of the movie, this is your boss moment where Warner, like, she wins the case and Warner's like, Elle, like, I'm so sorry. I want to be with you. I love you. And then she's like, oh my God, I've been waiting like so long to hear you say that, Warner. But if I'm going to be a lawyer by the time that I'm 35, like, I can't have a boyfriend like that's going to be like that, right? And then she goes off with Luke Wilson. And so it's that moment where you have to realize, like, once you've realized your power, Sun card, once you've realized your power, once you realize who you really are, once you realize exactly what you're meant to be and who, like, what to do and like how you shine and what your talents and gifts are and what your purpose is and like what's the hill that you're going to be dying on and like, you know, the reality where you really have it all and you finally are like, I clicked into that, girl. Like, oh my God, like, yes, 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 yes. And then they come and try to ruin it all. That's when it's like, you got to keep on that straight and narrow. And anything that doesn't, I just did a video about this actually. So if you want to go and watch it after you swipe out of this live, I did a video yesterday about how if you want to increase your self-love, which is really what the sun is all about, right? If you want to increase your self-love so that this stuff doesn't bother you anymore, you can ask yourself this one simple question. Go watch the video. It's literally the latest video that I dropped yesterday. Because the thing is this, I was like, okay, so what is this really trying to teach you? And I got the Page of Cups. Okay, so it's like, dream bigger than you ever have. Like, use your imagination. Like the universe doesn't have a limit. So like, ask for more. Okay, like, ask for more. The universe is not on a budget. Ask for more, right? Thank you for the follows. So you got to learn how to be the star. You got to learn how to be the star. This is helping you embody the star energy, that fame energy, that main character energy, that CEO boss energy, but in a new earth way. In a new earth way. Not because you're like, you know, well, now it's my time to be in the spotlight and I don't really care about you and I don't care about your feelings and you're just like stupid and I'm the star and like, that's what, it's not that. It's more so like, yeah, good morning and hi from LA. Where are my stomping grounds are you? So this is really showing you that you need to embrace the fact that you as a visionary leader, as a chosen one, as someone who has a double mission to make this world a better place, to actually create the new earth in the third dimension, like in actual physical reality, right? So it's not just like, it's just a state of mind. It's like, no, we created it. Like, come stay here. Like, you can live here and like, you don't have to deal with all of that like bureaucratic nonsense. Like, that's real and you're a part of that. And so when you're shining your light and you're sending your magic out into, you know, the waters and into the stars, you're broadcasting the signal. And so if you continue to have people who are going to, you know, test your boundaries and not give back to you the way that you deserve to be given back to, or at least understand and be able to rationally talk things out, then that person isn't aligned with your mission, and that's okay. Even if they are a good soul, even if they have done something that, you know, deserves accolades, deserves like reward for, that was in the past, but they are showing you who they are now. They're showing you who they are now by how they're treating you. Okay. I know for some people, and again, take what resonates and leave the rest. There are some people who, like, whether, again, if it's like a marriage, it's most likely that your partner cheated on you. if or like massive neglect, emotional neglect. And they're like, I don't even see, you actually pushed me away. So what are you talking about? Like, it's gaslighting you because they are forwarding their narrative, right? Or if it's a business relationship, it's sort of like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm looking at the contract right here that we signed, and like this states that I'm supposed to be getting like X more percent. Like, what are you talking about? And you're like, are you not reading this clearly? Like, this literally states that's only conditional upon the fact that you delivered, you know, X, Y, and Z, and you haven't delivered X, Y, and Z. Like, this is literally in a court of law. I could literally take you to court and prove this with the documents of your messages, and you're going to come at me like this. Like, it's something like that. Like, again, I don't, you know, again, take what resonates and leave the rest. But at the end of the day, this is not this, and this is holding you back from you having it all and really being the star that you know you're meant to be. And so I was still feeling like there was this confusion, like, but are you sure? Like, what are they really like? Like, I swear, like, I feel like they do still love me, or they still care about me, or they still want me to succeed. And so I was like, okay, so what is this person's like identity? Right? Like, in a tarot card, like, you could be like, for example, my signifier card in the tarot deck is always the King of Pentacles. So whenever the King of Pentacles comes up, it's like, okay, girl, realign with that, or girl, you are in that vibe, right? And I know that when it doesn't show up, I got work to do to click back into that alignment, right? So when I asked the identity of what this other person, this other party is at right now, it was really interesting because two cards came up and I was very confused. And then I clicked. So the first card was justice. So right now, their identity and like combating you in this way is justice. All right. They want justice to be served. They do not want to pay the price for something that they didn't actually do, and they want it to be fair. Like, they want justice to be served, right? And so in a way, you're like, yeah, that's what I want too. Like, I just want it to be like, listen, if I'm in the wrong, I'll accept responsibility, but as the facts are the facts, right? Like, the math is mathing right now, and what the math is saying is that, like, you effed up. And not only did you F up, I actually even like forgave you for that incident. But now the way that you're handling this is giving all of the red flags. Because if you really did care about your transgression and you really did apologize and you really wanted to change, you wouldn't be coming at me the way that you're coming at me right now, right? And so what was interesting was the other card was the devil. And then it made sense. So they want justice, but with the intention of, but I want to win and I don't care how, because I'm defending my ego and this isn't fair. So if you needed a sign, this is a sign. Because remember when I said, what is this about you? We got the queens. I mean, queen upon queen, not even like Queen of Cups, like nurturing, loving, sweet. This is fire and earth, babe. This is fire and earth. Like, you are ready to rise. You are ready to be, again, the star, right? Where you're really sharing your talents and gifts. And like, this is what it's bringing up for you. So I say this all to say that whoever this is for, okay, like, you are not crazy. You are not like broken. You are not like, you know, delusional, as in like, you're not the one that did anything wrong. The only mistake that you actually made was to continue to do the emotional labor for that person, when it's not your responsibility to do so. Oh my God, Sag Cap Cups Brian. So like I said, for whoever this is for, I'm glad I'm just sharing this. I will be posting this replay on my YouTube and my Substack. So for those of you who missed it, I'm going to pull a couple of like qualifying cards just for like a deeper meaning. Wow. I swear Sometimes I feel like when I wheel and oh my God, stop. Okay, again, I love it when it's live because it really just, oh my God, it just shows you that like I'm not just cherry picking these cards, like they really come out that the way that they do. It's kind of insane. So yeah, just on a side note, if you are interested in working with me, of course, please go and view my Stan Store link. It has all of my current offerings. If you feel like this really resonates and you really want to build the new earth, then you can apply for a new earth mentorship. But yeah, the psychic powers are like strong right now. It's not strong right now. They are strong. I just always laugh because I think that I'm crazy. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's not, maybe it's just my imagination. And then something like this will occur. And I'm like, I'm not making it up. Like, you can't make it up. Like, I don't know. The connection I have with spirit is kind of wild. And so, that's even kind of the energy that I feel like you're in, where you're like, maybe I'm not the star. Like maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just a little girly and Delulu. And then like, spirit gives you confirmation and you're like, oh no, wait, no, I am a powerful bitch. Like just JK, you know what I mean? And like you move on. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. So here's the tea, okay, with these cards. The reason why my jaw dropped when the fates came out, just for extra confirmation, because I know you're feeling still a little bit tender, a little bit feeling guilty, like a feeling like, oh, like maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. I want you to know that, because it's coming through very hard, that if you are even second guessing your own like sanity in this whole thing, and you feel like you haven't done anything wrong, or you feel like, you know what I mean, you're like, maybe I did do something wrong and like maybe I'm the asshole in this. People who ask those questions are almost never the a-hole in the situation. Like, if you're like, am I a narcissist? Was I the one gaslighting? Like, did I gaslight them? Like, did I do that? Narcs don't ever ask those questions. So if you're asking yourself those questions, rest assured you're fine. Elio! Says, hi! Good morning! Bienvenidos! Okay? So with the Fates card coming out with this situation, this is really fascinating because this card, and I can read it from the guidebook. I do love reading from the guidebook because Colette Baron Reed, when she made this deck, she channeled a very specific oracle, and that bitch just doesn't lie. I love her to death. But with the Fates card, this is basically the Serenity Prayer. And that's why I was like gobsmacked, because the Serenity Prayer basically states, like, God grant me the wisdom, like, please help me see what I can change, what I cannot change, and the ability to know the difference. Okay, that's a Serenity Prayer, basically summed up. So when the Fates card comes out in the upright position, this is confirmation that you need to understand that there are some things that you can't change. There are certain people that you won't be able to change. There are certain circumstances that you're not going to be able to change. So when you see the red flags, or when someone shows you who they really are, like if they are not if they are not capable of taking like emotional responsibility, if they care more about being right and defending their ego versus repairing the relationship or repairing the bond, like, you don't need to ask 100,000 psychics like what to do. Like, their actions show that to you, and like you're like, you can't change them. Like, you literally, I have shorts on. You literally can't change them. Okay, like, it is what it is. So this is a little bit also of like, if it's a red flag, run. That's it. You can always wish them well before you cut the cord. Like, if you like, you don't necessarily have to get petty. You can just like release it, and you can be like, you know what? Like, maybe you don't need to write back. Like, if you are doing this over like text exchanges, maybe you don't need to write back, because you're going to be arguing with someone who doesn't want to be wrong. And so no matter what you say, if they are unwilling to see the facts that have already been stated and they're still fighting you on it, there's nothing that you can say to make them change their mind. Do you see what I'm saying? Exactly. If they show you their true colors, believe it. Now, the reason why I thought it was so cute that like happy, happy came out and then like chaos and conflict was on the back of the deck, right? So I would like, you know, maybe do that as a reverse. I'd have to remember what the reverse says. But with happy, happy, it's like, you have to understand that if the key to your happiness, the key to you getting it all, the key to you having like, you know, everything resolved and you being on the right side of things and you getting to the new earth, this is about you understanding the difference between the things you can change and the things that you can't. The things that you can change, and if you can change them, right? If you don't like your fate, change it. You're not the one shackled, right? There are no shackles on you. Sorry, that's from one of my favorite musicals. But, and Elio, hi! So when that's the case, right? Like, it's, what is it, Buddha? Who was it? Where it's just like, if there's no solution, then you don't have to worry, right? There's like literally no way to worry, because it's like, okay, does the problem have a solution? If it does, great, you can solve it, right? If the problem doesn't have a solution, great, you now know that there's no way to be able to go about it, so let it go, right? And I think sometimes we forget that these simplest spiritual principles are sometimes the most profound and the ones that are oftentimes the most difficult to integrate, because we will sit there and we will justify the fuck out of everything because we feel bad, or because we wish there was a solution when there wasn't, or that there is a solution but we're just like not wanting to do it because we feel like it's gonna hurt. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, if it's going to make you happy, if it's going to help you click into the version of you that truly has it all, then why wouldn't you just fucking want to do it? Right? Like, tell me, am I right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Like, I don't know. Comment below. Okay. Wow. And so I didn't even realize this. So underneath happy, happy was loyal heart and new life. I mean, I don't even think I need to read what the book has to say in order to like confirm, like, what's going to make you happy are people who are actually loyal, honest, true, aligned with you. And this brand new life that you're stepping into, where you're surrounded by people who love you and lift you higher and support you and honor you and respect you and admire you. You can do that as an equal. I just want to say that. I'm not talking about getting a whole bunch of stands. I'm talking about real, true partnership where people meet you on your level. Because as you ascend, the unfortunate issue is the fact that not everyone is doing this work. And it sucks. Because the amount of people who could meet you on your level just drop significantly, like just statistically, right? More and more of us are like, more and more people are getting woken up. That's amazing. But to get to the level where you're at, for how much work that you've done on yourself and how much you've ascended and evolved already, even though you feel like you have a lot more to go, you're almost not giving yourself enough credit. And that's kind of almost what is holding you back from starting this new life. You have to own the fact that you have done a lot of inner work. You've done a lot of shadow work. You have done a lot of stuff that has like, has gotten you to where you are. And there's so many blessings coming for you, you know, but as we're getting into like this new moon, right? And eclipse season. So when I see chaos and conflict with milk and honey reversed on the back, hold on. Let's look at what chaos and conflict, because I can't remember what the reverse means. Okay, so chaos and conflict. Okay. So right side up, it means opposing forces coming together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it, right? Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need. Maybe the part of you that continually feels like it needs to teach them. It's not your job to teach them. That's like the justice card. Are you supposed to get justice for them? But they did you dirty. Although the conflict, let me just reread this. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Hey, that's what we're here to do. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing the disarray. So what I'm getting from that line is the fact that like your spirit guides are trying to get you out of this old pattern, which is why this occurred right now, so that you don't get taken advantage of again as you move forward. Okay, bless. So thank you, spirit guides. All right, thank you. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else. I swear, like sometimes I'm so psychic, it freaks myself out. Like, what the hell? Stop. Kristen, you can vouch because you were here from the beginning. Stop. I'm shook. Okay. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Hello, thank you, Uranus and Gemini right now, because I am so happy for that. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. So if you needed confirmation that you do not need to continue to verbally battle this person, this is it, okay? You can literally take a step back and be like, not my monkey, not my circus, and like step away from the fray. I mean, I'm gobsmacked right now. Okay. Look upon this as just a moment. Don't be too eager to fight. I am gobsmacked. I'm literally gobsmacked. I'm sorry. Like, I'm freaking, like, sometimes I literally cannot even, like, I'm beside myself. Okay, sorry. Let me try and focus. 7 years in the front line is enough. I see who my enemies are. Bless. Yes, Higher Learning Union. Okay. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. Okay? So, like, whoever said that I was normalizing abuse, I never said that at all. So maybe you misunderstood me. I don't know what country you're from since you're like attacking me as an American. So please be respectful in my space, but just check yourself. And I agree with you though. Normalizing abuse is unacceptable. And that's literally what I'm telling you not to do. So I don't know what language your first language is, but you know, just check yourself. Okay. Now, here's what's interesting. Let me read the relationship message and the protection message because I feel like that is important for someone out there. So, stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. Okay. So remember how I said that this was on the bottom of the deck? So when something is on the bottom of the deck, to me, that's usually the reversal or the shadow side. That's just usually how I read cards. So when I'm reading that first line of the relationship message, it feels like this is what this oracle is telling you about the other party, not you. Okay. So I'm going to read it in that fashion because that's just what's coming through. Stubbornness is keeping them in a state of opposition. The incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down they are wanting to resolve. I swear to God, if this is not indicating for anybody, like, I don't know what will. Double tap the screen and please comment and share this live if you agree and if this is resonating. I'm getting chill, like I'm getting like goosebumps right now. This is insane. Okay, so this is all about how they feel, right? Again, this chaos card. So, this is an opportune moment to learn about. This moment is teaching them to learn about their values, their sense of self, and what's really important to them. So now here's the double meaning for you. You also have this opportune moment to learn about what are your values? what is your sense of self? Hi. And what's really important to you? Drop that in the comments. What are your values now? What are you willing and not willing to stand up for? What is your sense of self? I am the type of person who doesn't deal with that kind of antagonism anymore. And what is really, truly important to you? Is it saving the relationship, or is it your peace, your pleasure, and your prosperity? Okay? Thank you for the follow. Now, moving forward. Some things are non-negotiable. What are those non-negotiable things for you? Drop it in the comments below. What are some of those non-negotiable things for you? Okay? If that is true, because whatever those things are, if it's true, it's not necessary to fight. So what I'm hearing is that, like, you do not need to fight this. That's why I was like saying at the beginning with the tarot cards, you don't need to like sit there and argue with them. Like, that's where they're at, right? So the rest of this says, can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground? Soon the air will clear and you will be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightened, always better than before, if you use this time constructively. Now, since we're talking to you and not the other party, like that, I mean, it goes for them too, but it's kind of like, use this time to constructively understand, right? Again, we've got this new moon tomorrow. So it's like, whatever it is that you don't want to bring forward into the next season of your life, let it go now, right? If you don't want to have people in your life who are like unwilling to meet you where you're at, who are not willing to make it a safe space for you to express when you were emotionally vulnerable and felt really unsafe and hurt, and they are not willing to like figure out exactly what it is that they did in order to make sure that it doesn't happen again, because you actually care about their emotions and they don't actually care about yours, or they are just really having a hard time understanding it, or they're just really not on your level, it means that you need to have better friends regardless of what. Even if you end up being, even if they are able to see their ways and see the error in their ways and be able to say that they're sorry and admit their wrongdoings and actually be able to reflect and like, you know, like come back and like repair things, they're still not on your level, and you already know that deep down inside, and you need to find someone else who does. That was clearly channeled because that was, I didn't even take a breath. Okay. So yeah. I feel like deep down inside, this is what I'm just getting. They know what they did. And especially now that they've had a couple of days to think about it or whatever, whether they will admit it or not, or come back and actually like say, hey, look, I actually fucked up. I am so sorry. I actually like took this to my therapist and they told me X, Y, and Z. And that really put things into perspective. And I want to now apologize. Be like, okay, great. Thank you so much for the apology. All is good. But you keep them downgraded on their subscription to your energy in your life. So you can still be like, oh my God, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Halloween. Oh my God, it's a full moon. Wow. But like, you don't have to tell them about your life. You don't have to make yourself accessible. You don't need to teach them anything. If they want to be taught, they can pay you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now, but like, you know, maybe some other time or whatever, right? Yeah, just pay me. Exactly. Right? So I wanted to also, because I felt strong to like read the protection message. So let me read this protection message out. Okay. So because again, on the shadow side, so let's just see, and we're going to like put this together. So it says, this is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Interesting. Okay. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of the elements. This is powerful. Okay. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Okay. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how the situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of chaos. This is this moment is valuable. Don't waste it. And I think this is a little bit more of like, this is what I'm getting. This is just the channel download that I'm getting. All right. You in particular are going through a very rapid period of spiritual ascension and evolution. You're really shedding off the old paradigms, old beliefs, old behaviors, old patterns that kept you stuck in the matrix, that kept you consuming more than creating, that kept you in fear, that kept you in lack, that kept you in doubt. And you're vibrating out of that. You're rising above that. You're realizing you have more power. You're realizing that you can do more. You're realizing that you deserve more. And you're starting to not settle for less than what you deserve. And because of that ascension, and because you're becoming more aware, and because, like, you know, the world is in chaos right now, right? And so in a way, even globally, it's making you really rethink everything that you are doing in your life and how you are choosing to spend your money, what you eat, how you spend your time, even what you're reading, what you're watching, like what you do for like entertainment or relaxation. Like everything is changing. Even the way that you present yourself, you might be like trying to figure out, how do I like clothe myself better, show up more like the version of me that I want to be? Like you're really, 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 really stepping into your prime. Okay. But with that being said, sometimes when these big triggers come up and you have a really hard time letting go of someone because they helped you in the past, because you care about them, because you're so loving, because you're so big-hearted, because you're so kind and generous and compassionate, you have to now learn when enough is enough and who this is for. Yes, this is collective. It's very specific, but it's collective. So when that is the case, like just take what resonates and leave the rest, Jay. But when that occurs and when you are in that state of metamorphosis, think about it like this. I think it's sort of like, there's like two analogies that they're showing me in a vision. I'm trying to figure out which one would be better. I'll give you both and you can choose. One is like you're a caterpillar that has turned into a butterfly, but the butterfly is still in the cocoon. Like they're showing me the butterfly with its wings and stuff, but it's in the cocoon, right? But it's like this person, this conflict, this thing is the goo that's still trying to like hold on to your delicate wings to keep you down and be like, no, you need to stay in the cocoon, instead of like breaking free from it and like spreading your wings and fly. The other thing that I saw was like, if you were a baby bird and you were flying for the first time, and like let's say the first time you flew, the second time you like fell, right? Because again, it takes practice, like, you know, and one of your other siblings is like, yeah, like clearly your wings aren't strong enough, you stupid runt. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh my God, maybe I can't fly. Maybe I'm not as powerful as I thought. Maybe I like, and meanwhile, that sibling can't fly at all. You know, it's sort of like that, where it's like, you are ready. Like all you have to do is just jump out of the nest again and you'll be able to fly, no problem, right? But this is showing that like you are ready to spread your wings and fly, which is, I'm proud of you. Good job. Okay. So this is the only caution message. So this is sort of what you may want to just look out for, especially for the new moon tomorrow. Okay. But again, for whenever you're seeing this, because I'm going to put this up as a replay, you know, it's fine. So like I told you, the milk and honey was reversed on the bottom, and like, don't come at me with the fact that the orphan card was right underneath. Okay. So now let's turn the reading back over to you a little bit, because again, I just channel until I feel like the channeled message is done. There's still a little bit more to come out. So again, bear with me. Again, I'll put the replay up on YouTube and my Substack. So with Milk and Honey and the orphan card there, that goes into the serendipity. Okay. What I see with that in general is like, there's just this final shadow of lack that you need to release, and it comes from feeling like you were left behind, that you were abandoned, that you were the one that got the short end of the stick, right? Again, and so you have to ask yourself, are you trying to hold on to this relationship, partnership, business, whatever, just because you don't want to be left alone, you don't want to feel abandoned, right? Or is it because, I'm just going to put that question out there. Just marinate on that. Take it or leave it. Maybe it'll come through later from your guides, okay? But that is what's causing you that lack mentality, which is making it hard for you to cut the cord fully, right? But healing the abandonment, healing this trauma pattern and this whole sense of lack, this is more governmental, societal, ancestral. This is more so from your own personal lifetime and with your friendships and your relationships and stuff that has been highlighted. But healing these two things will bring you the serendipity, will bring you that like, oh my God, like this just came out of nowhere. Like, oh my God, like I just found this amazing person that's like so freaking aligned. Oh my God, this is exactly a better opportunity than what I was actually thinking about. Making this go, wow, you're getting a sweet taste of what you actually deserve without even having to work for it. That's the general essence of the Milk and Honey card, right? So I think that Okay. Thank you. All right. So, oh God, I love it when Spirit comes through. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for all of these loving messages. Thank you for showing us the truth. Thank you for helping us ascend and evolve. Thank you so much for helping us see the light. The shadow and the light, correction, the shadow and the light, correction, the shadow and the light, correction, the shadow and the light. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand, and one of the biggest things that you may not understand right now, but you may in the future, but your soul's going to recognize real soul, is the fact that your shadow is the source of your power. You going through this and understanding that you are stronger than this, that you are better than this, that you don't have to put up with this, is what is going to make you more powerful, is what is going to bring your talents to the light, is what is going to not let other people, little people, affect you from what you want to do. It is not just about being in love and light. It is about knowing what the shadow is and how to wield that shadow as a tool in order to be able to protect yourself from the people who are trying to take advantage of you. Period. Claim that shit below. Claim it below. That came in so hard. Claim it below. That is what this is really all about. This entire period, all right, from whenever you're seeing this video, that is really what it's about. Because when you can liberate yourself from the shadows and understand how to wield them in your favor, that is when you become unfuckwithable. It is not bad. It is not bad to be able to sit in the dark and understand what your shadows are trying to teach you. Love and light is not all it. When you have love, when you have just light, okay? Light sterilizes things. Think about that for one hot second. Light will sterilize things. If it does too much sterilization, you have no color. You have to remember something. Black, the color black, is actually created by mixing all of the colors together. That's what creates black. Do you know what creates white, or what we consider light? The absence of color. The absence of color. The things that make your world beautiful. So just think about that for a second before you dismiss the shadow and the dark. They have to work harmoniously together. When it is shining outside, it does cast a shadow. When it's dark outside, you get to see the stars. Do not mistake the shadow for evil. I don't know who that was for. But anyway, comment if you agree. That came in very hard. Okay? So this is just channeled coming through. You have to break free from the chains that are binding you. You have to break free from the cages that they taught you to love. You have to understand that you have so much more power than you're giving yourself credit for. And you need to start banning with the people who you truly resonate with. So if you resonate with this message, if you resonate with my frequency, if you resonate with how I'm delivering these truths that are going to actually help you get to the new earth and build the new earth, then definitely email me or, go sign up for subscribe to my Substack for free. Okay. So that we can keep in touch, because I'm going to be dropping a lot more new earth downloads and tools and ways that you can actually build the new earth with me. As we move forward, right? This is about showing up and showing out. What are you bringing to the table? Think about this as like Thanksgiving feast, okay? But not about like, okay. I know there's a lot of there's a lot of horror with that story about Thanksgiving, okay? But think about it like a potluck, okay? Or we're having this whole beautiful gathering where everyone has chosen to bring something to the table so we can have this beautiful dinner together, okay? You do not need to buy the turkey and baste it and cook it and the 4 sides and the side dish and the vegan dish and the vegetarian dish, meanwhile the person that you care about buys a 99-cent pie the day of because they wanted to use as little money as possible to contribute so they could eat everything that you spent hundreds of dollars to prepare. You see what I'm saying? It's like you have to understand that when there is a potluck like that and you're coming together, maybe you do bring the turkey and you end up basting it and hosting the party, but then someone else is bringing like the sides and someone else is entertaining and someone else did the invitations and someone else brought the flowers and someone else is like setting everything up for you and someone else is like welcoming people in the door while you're busy in the kitchen, like taking care of it. Someone else is putting on the music and being a DJ. Someone else like created all of the games that everyone can play together. Someone else is like creating the ambience. Somebody else is like bringing presents for like the white elephant gift and organizing things. Someone else bought you a gift, right? So it's like, hey, I like brought my side, but I also wanted to thank you for like hosting this party and like doing so much for us. So this is just a little something for you. This is where we're at, right? Where it is community, cooperation, collectively sharing, communing, right? That's what this is about. This is what we're creating together. So if that does appeal to you, please subscribe to my Substack for free, or at the very least, hit the follow button. Or if you really want to apply for a New Earth mentorship, okay? I'm getting some really cool downloads. About like things that I can create that can help you transform even more. Let me talk about that in just a second. Let me just ask really quick, because I feel like, is there anything else to say about this message? I think that's it about the message. So before I go into what we can all do collectively together to build the new earth in the 3D reality, does anyone have any questions or clarifications for this particular reading? I'm definitely going to leave it with milk and... Do we end it with serendipity? Yeah, let's do serendipity on the bottom. Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, no. Okay, Faytail, hey. All right. So, like I said before, like I said before, we're now in a so we're going to switch gears for a minute. If you wanted to see that whole entire channeled message that was very specific, I will put the replay up on my YouTube and my Substack. But if you would like to stay for a little longer, I would like to share a little bit more about what kind of content I'm going to be doing moving forward, how you can help, and how this will help you transform yourself into the version of you who truly has it all. Okay. Thank you for all of the gifts. Hold on. I'm just trying to do the puzzle piece. There we go. Smoky Bud, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifts. I just want turkey. I know, right? Like, is it Thanksgiving already? Like, are we in PSL season? My current obsession right now is lavender syrup, like, because with like lavender cold foam, but I realized that I could just buy organic lavender syrup or make it at home by myself and make that coffee by myself. But okay, let me tell you, how do we subscribe to your Substack? Go into my Stan Store link and you will see it underneath, like, let's connect or let's connect or get to know me. And it'll be in that section. So there's my YouTube there, my Substack, and whatever. Or you can just go to Substack and type in my name, Alicia Yang, and it should pop up. It's Aligned with Alicia. So here's what I wanted to tell you. My big download for what I'm supposed to be contributing is, like, I am still your sweet psychic strategist, but I am now also your new earth alchemist. And I am here to help you embody the version of you who has it all so that you can actually have it all without selling your soul to the systems that made you struggle and suffer. Okay, I know that's like a really long sentence, but I think it's really important because from here on out, that is the standard that I am choosing to uphold for myself and my my space and like my crew, like my chosen one crew. Okay. We all know, okay, that in order to get what we want, we have to embody the version of us who already has it all, right? We want, or who has whatever we want. So if you want $1 million, you got to embody the version of you who has $1 million, like, right? Because manifestation, yes, ask, believe, receive. That's the old Abraham Hicks way. But if you want the law of Delulu, law of attraction way, right? Quantum physics way, it is belief plus strong feelings plus taking aligned actions equals getting what you want in the most easiest and effortless way. So when you have that equation, you have to understand what kind of person you need to be in order to be able to have those things, because you can't have $1 million if you keep on looking at your bank account and saying, I'm poor, I'm poor, I'm poor. I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. You're just enforcing lack versus enforcing what you want. With a lot of the upcoming content that I'm going to be giving, I will discuss with you how that looks like in neuroscience, in quantum physics, in practicality, like in just normal everyday language, as well as astrology and spirituality, and like being able to break down these esoteric, like nebulous kind of concepts into something that's tangible, applicable, and practical, and something that's actually going to help you anchor in that identity and fortify your frequency so that things like what I was just doing a reading on doesn't drop you back down into the suffering and keep you away from the abundance and the blessings and the miracles that you deserve and desire. Does that make sense? So, I say that all to say, like, there is a way to be able to embody it all, okay? All I have seen on that side of TikTok, right, is that you just have to believe it. You just have to believe it and then, feel it, visualize it, do your rampages, affirmations, subliminals, and you'll just have it, right? But there's a disconnect from that and to fully embodying that frequency. And so that's what I want to give you tools and tips on as we move forward. Because one of the things that has been so interesting, Soul is here. Hi, my love. Good morning. How are you, TGIF? Thank you so much, Smoky Bud, for all of the roses. Thank you. That was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot. But what I'm really excited about with this new moon in Virgo specifically, okay? But again, if you are not like, again, if you're seeing this way after, it's fine. It'll just still resonate whenever you're ready, okay? Because the new earth, you're going to be able to go there in waves. So the first group is going to basically be like fortifying and like building it and making sure that it's like viable. And then like the second and third and fourth and fifth and whatever waves will come. So when you get to that point, I think the thing to remember is that like you can take as long as you want in order to transition into the new earth. But the reality of the situation is it is just simply like ascending and evolving to a specific frequency. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Smoky Bud. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all of the roses. I appreciate it so much. That was so sweet. Thank you. Soul, yes, love you. So, like, I would love to hear from y'all. Like, what is it that would be most helpful to learn about in order to help you embody the identity of you who has it all? Like, please share with me. Like, I don't want to create things that you don't like or that aren't helpful. I am really wanting to make every single post, every single product, every single piece of content to help you in some shape, way, or form, like really and truly, like help you embody the version of you who has it all. I want to remind you that you are so much more powerful than you believe. I want to remind you that you actually can step out of this shit show of a situation, that you don't have to subscribe to their nonsense, that you can be more discerning about who you're giving your money to, that you don't have to, I'm going to just put this out there, that you can be insanely wealthy and insanely like ascended spiritually at the same time. Because that's why like I love Buddhism, but Buddhism subscribes to the fact that like you don't need the physical. And what I'm saying is that like we do need the physical. That's part of the human experience. If you didn't have the human experience, you would just be an ethereal soul as a spirit, right? That most people can't see. And you wouldn't be here on this physical earth enjoying these physical things that bring you so much joy. You wouldn't be having a phone. You wouldn't be having like this exchange with me. It would be different. So you need to have the physical. The physical isn't bad. It is the fact that the billionaires have caused you to believe that the only way to be someone and so that you can be financially free and have the peace is to have certain items to show your status. That's a lie, right? You don't need to be head to toe in designer wear or wearing like $1,000 cashmere sweaters in order to have quote unquote made it and be on the new earth. But you could be spiritually ascended and really be helping people ascend and evolve and be wearing $1,000 cashmere sweater while doing it. There's a really big, massive difference in those two identities. Does that make sense? The downloads are coming through right now. So I'm just like, I'm really glad. I was like, I just need to go live because if I don't know how to do this succinctly. Good morning, Brian. Oh my God, Smoky Bud, thank you again so much for all the roses. Scarlett, see, I knew I liked you. LOL, you literally get it. Yay! Okay, so anyone who is like picking up what I'm putting down, like subscribe to my Substack for free, please. And then please tell me in the comments, like, what do you need help with in order to embody this? What do you need like explained? What is it that you need? Like, do you need a calendar in order to to know how your energy works? Like, do you need a workbook? Do you need like a workshop? Do you need like, you know, like a finance course? Like, what is it that you need? Like, tell me, do you need like just a mastermind, like a safe space? Like, so for the people who are really wealthy and have already played that game, but you want to now spiritually ascend and enjoy all of the nice things, like, do we need a space for that? I can create that. I just need to know what is it that you need? I genuinely would love to know. What is it that you need? Please drop it in the comments below. I also desperately need to go and get some more water. Thank you for the Rosa. Because I know the downloads for what I am meant to build to help everyone. It's gonna just take me a hot second to get that like fully up and running. But basically it's like I can help you get from like the first D to the 3D to the third D to the fourth D to the 5D to like getting out. And there are practical ways, including the physical things that we can do. And it's going to be according to your energetic blueprint and to your unique design, and not just like, well, it's because I said so. It's like, okay, where are you at in your spiritual journey? Where are you at on your ascension process? Okay, what is really hanging you up right now that you really want to like master? Okay, and then what is it that you are, what is it that you need in order to get to your next level of your journey? And then based on those 3 questions, then you'll be able to then get an assessment and get like tools, tips, you know, like whatever physical things in order to ensure that that becomes your new reality, that becomes your new normal. And when that is literally your new normal, as easy as it is for me to be like, no, my name is Alicia, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you can call me Karen. You can call me Betty. You can call me like Shaniqua. You can call me whatever you want, but my name is Alicia, and I don't have to like argue that with you. If that makes any sense. Consistent meditation, community, and self-belief. Okay, I love that. Thank you for that. Thank you, Smoky Bud. An embodiment. Yeah, it's just the embodiment, right? It's embodiment of like, you deserve to have it all. You deserve to be treated with love and kindness and respect. You deserve to be loved and chosen, and like, you know, I'm going to use this word. This word might be polarizing, but like claimed. And there is something that I personally feel, this is a personal thing. This is not necessarily a channel thing. I personally feel it's not a bad thing for someone to claim you. Okay. We all are craving community. Community means being able to say that I am this identity. And so in order to find the right group, you have to be able to be like, yeah, I'm a runner, you know, you claim that identity. And I think that there's something about, you know, yeah, I get it in the BDSM and Shadow Daddy world, like possession and, oh, that's so toxic and whatever. But it's like, I think that there's a difference. And again, this may only hit for like Scorpios, but you have to think about the subject of loyalty, especially when it comes with working together and building something that we all need to live in. If your loyalty is to building a place where we can all live in peace and harmony together, that is what you're claiming. That is what you're like, that is my passion. I'm like blanking the word right now. I'm like, they're like, yeah, you've done enough. Go actually like get some sustenance. Like I need to get like some sustenance, some coffee, some like, some food. Beauty is you, Leo. Yeah, Leos. Okay. Oh my God. I knew I loved you. So, I'm losing it. this is why I'm like, okay, good. Now I got at what it was off of my chest. I'm glad I got the message out. Thank you so much, Spirit. Is there anything else that needs to come through? If there is anything else that needs to come through, please help me do it now so that they can get what they need and then we can go and live in peace. Okay. Wow. Okay. Interesting. There are going to be a few more tests because I just saw this random bug like fly across my room and I don't even know why there's a bug in my room. So, hi, June. There are going to be a few more tests because in this new moon, we have to start on a clean slate. For the females that are still watching, okay, males, I love you. I have nothing against men, okay, but for my females, but men, maybe you could listen up because then you can understand. One thing that you might want to marinate on, think about, and like, and just like observe is like the patriarchy, right? Made everyone believe that we have to work on a 24-hour cycle. If you maintain the same, like wake up at 5 a.m., go work out, meditate, journal, do an ice, you know what I mean? You've seen those videos and you do it every single day and then you go to work and then you have your nighttime routine. That is not how women operate. That is not like with our hormones, with our literal physical cycles. That is literally the opposite. Men do work on a 24-hour cycle. That is why they have mood swings in the afternoon, right? Women have a 28-day cycle, right? Because we have our 28-day menstrual cycle. So women specifically, if you are not enjoying the pace of the patriarchy and you want to be able to get into that quote unquote divine feminine flow where things just fall easily to you and you can rest to receive and, you know, like miracles just are attracted to you, blah, 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 you might want to consider a 28-day cycle for how you manifest versus just like you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. Now, that's not to say it's going to take you 28 days to manifest something, but it's interesting when you sync up to your moon, okay, that those phases will be very indicative of what actions to be taking during those points in time for you to get what you want in the least resistant possible way. So for women, it's kind of like, you know, with the new Virgo and new moon coming up tomorrow, it's kind of like, okay, bet this is the new seeds. This is the new beginning. This is what I'm birthing. This is my new intention. This is my new energy. This is my new frequency. This is my new normal. This is how I'm showing up. This is the narrative. This is the belief. This is the pattern. This is how I move. This is how I dress. This is how I act. This is how I talk. This is what we're starting with. We're going to start with this, right? Vision boarded, whatever you want to do. Men, here's what's interesting about the men. The men want to also manifest all the things, but also help support the women and all the things, right? Your energy is like, your manifestation energy is very sharp and it's very focused. So if you then get with a woman who is like, oh, wow, we've got this like beautiful vision for the new earth, help me create it into reality. You can do that on a 24-hour cycle if you're given a very specific part to actually execute within that 24 hours. This is how you like get people in the right positions in order to make things work in a very harmonious way. Because again, it's not men versus women, women versus men, like blah, 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 blah. It's like, how can we work harmoniously together where the men are supporting the women and the women are supporting the men and the way that we operate so that we are not like combating each other and we can work together. Right? That's a great question, Captain. What about gay men that are divine feminine? So you still operate on a 24-hour cycle because of your genetic makeup, right? Like you were born with your body producing more testosterone. That is just your dominant hormone that courses through your body. So you don't have a problem waking up at 5 a.m. because you don't need as much rest and recovery in order to produce more adrenaline in your body to get going. This is just a scientific, like medical, this is the way that bodies, like human bodies work. Women, we mainly produce estrogen, right? Estrogen takes a longer time to then get up into the pituitary to start producing, to say, hey, pituitary gland, you need to produce more adrenaline so that you can wake up. We actually have to go through a process to then wake up the testosterone, to push out the adrenals, to then get the energy in order to like get up and do something. So that's why when women are like, we need 8 hours of sleep, like we need to fucking sleep, because we are just literally genetically wired differently through our actual hormones. Like it's not something that is just like, oh, it's just a divine feminine thing, right? Now, to your question, right? Yeah, it's easier for you to get up and do things. But with your question with, oh my God, that's like so awkward. Anyway, with your question, here, let's just do that. With your question with like, divine feminine, just because you are a man, straight or gay, you can still tap into your divine feminine, right? You can still relax to receive. You can still honor your emotions. If something made you upset, you can still feel upset. You just can't gaslight somebody about it. You know what I mean? Gaslighting is just not nice behavior, right? But you can honor your emotions. You can allow yourself to get the intuitive hit before you go and take the action. You see? So like a 24-hour cycle for a man is easy. If you were really doing your divine masculine and divine feminine in harmony, you would tune in, get the divine feminine download. Okay, today, what do I need to accomplish? Okay, I really need to get that project off, finished so I can move on to the next. So that's your agenda. So then once you get that hit from your intuition, you go and make that happen, right? That's your optimal way of working. With women, it's like, okay, it's the first start of the new moon. Let's like allow things to come in, and it will probably take about a week for all of those like different pieces of the puzzle, different ideas, different ways of doing things, like understanding like, it's a bit more broad, and it's about more like embodying it and infusing it and being soft. And then like the second week it starts to take action. So then it's like, okay, how do I put this into play? Exactly here, put this here, put this here, put this here. Okay, let this grow, let's water this, let's nourish this, let's like grow this. Like, because again, you're doing like more of a broad thing, because usually women, again, with manifesting, it's like, it's more difficult to only go, okay, I got to focus on this one project and get this one project done. That's a very divine masculine way of working about things, and not necessarily divine feminine. Does that make any sense? Because divine feminine is, oh, I'm going to rest and receive. I'm just going to like sit here and attract it to me. Oh my God, I just got an extra check in the mail. Oh my God, I just got a fun refund. Oh my God, I just got that open parking space. Do you know what I'm saying? It's different. Does that make any sense? Oh God, okay. You're so welcome, Captain EO. So anyway, if you did find this helpful, you can also always tip. Oh, here was the last question that I have for you. Because you can always tip me. I have my ways to pay. I have my PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo in my in the link in my bio. So my last question to you is, would you be up for a Patreon if I created one? Hi, Terry. Is that something that you would be interested in? Like, so basically I would do, because I'm not going to be doing as much tarot on my TikTok page anymore. But if you wanted these like morning things, or if you wanted more live streams and you wanted more like intimacy where you can really ask Q&As, and like I can do more like stuff, like I could do it on a Patreon. Is that something that you would be interested in? Oh my God, yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Anybody else? Because I was just debating, like, I have so many downloads, but like I have to gatekeep some of the New Earth information for those who are actually ready to receive. But I'm also not like opposed to like finding a platform, because Substack isn't working for some reason. So that's why I was like, maybe I should just do Patreon, because I do a lot. It's a lot easier for me to just go live, or just to like throw up the camera and be like, oh my gosh, this little bit of a download came through. All right, I'm just going to throw that up there. And then that way you can get more on the pulse moments with it. If you like, support me on Patreon. And then that way I feel like it works. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I will be creating a Patreon for us. Yay! And then we can have more community. We can talk more about things. We can do more about this in a more specific, like, intimate space. And I can really get to know all of you a little bit better because I love that. Okay. Okay. So we are going to do that. Okay. So there we go. All right. So June, let's run with it. Okay, perfect. So I will set it up. And then for those of you who are interested, like either follow my account, or you can I will say this, actually, if you follow me, then I will do a video on it. I don't know how it will get pushed out to you, but do come and check back to my page and I will be doing a video once it's fully up and live so that you will know. Or if you really want to just be on the pulse of it, then you can email me and I will actually email you with the link when I actually get it ready because I'm in the middle of like switching my email provider. But if you want to know what my email is, just so that you're like, please, like, just email me when it happens, it's this. Okay, I think that's the easiest way. So you can just go ahead and do that. And I am so excited because I've been trying to figure out a way because I've been getting so many downloads now and I want to just share them. But like, this algorithm thing is not working for me on TikTok. So at least on Patreon, I could just be like, oh my God, channel message, and I could just throw it out there and then you can like hear it. And then I'd be like, oh my God, I just got this one and I got this one and I got this one. And like, here's this. And then we can have like, for different tiers or whatever, then we can have like a live. So we can just talk and chat and like, I can do all the downloads and same things like this, but like in a much more intimate space and you can ask way more questions and I'm okay. Thank you for being a friend. Hey, okay. Oh, y'all made me so happy. If I went in like, because I want to like just I'm literally almost tempted to just go and like create one right now and then whatever. But let me just because I don't even know how it works fully. Let me go sign up. Let's do this. Maybe I'll get it all set up today and then I'll launch it on the new moon in Virgo tomorrow. How about that? Yes. I feel it. Hey. Okay. I want to do a rampage for you just as gratitude for those of you who are giving back and like sharing and just telling me what you need because like it is so helpful for me because again, like my new the channel like for my new mission and like I had to like come up with like basically I don't want to say a tagline but just sort of like to fully explain what I'm all about now succinctly. It's like, I am still your sweet psychic strategist, but I am now also your new earth alchemist that is going to help you create the new earth in the third dimension. But what that means is with every single thing that I do, it's just me trying to help you remember who you already are. Okay, I just want to help you embody the version of you who has it all, because when I do see you one-on-one and when I do tune into your specific soul, I see the beauty of who you truly are before they told you who you were supposed to be. I see you beyond the trauma. I see like how loving you are, how kind you are, how powerful you are, how charismatic you are, how passionate you are, and how sensitive you are, and how loving you are, and how wealthy you are, like as a soul. So it's like you are abundant, you are prosperous. It's just about like remembering that and then like owning that. You know what I'm saying? So every single piece of content is like moving forward is to help you embody that version of you who has it all so that you can actually have it all, to help you fortify that frequency, anchor that field, like get rid of those doubts, like, you know, make it your new normal that of course good things always happen to you and everything always works out in your favor. And of course you get fucking paid to exist. Like, of course you do. That's what I see for you. So I just want to help you see that for yourself. And if there's any way that I can do that, I will do my best. You know what I'm saying? And my best needs to be enough, but I'm doing my best. And again, like, I don't know if like Soul is still watching or whatever, but like for those of you who have known that I've been going through it for this week, because man, the like astrology was not playing. And it's really interesting. I don't like to subscribe to astrology, but what I find really interesting is when like one of my favorite astrologers does like, it's astrology time, and she does like a forecast for the week, and it's like, I don't know, like a minute or two. It was so funny because this last week, I just watched it yesterday for this past week, and every single day is exactly what happened. And I was like shooketh because I was like, I don't subscribe to it because I have my own free will, but damn, did all of that occur. And I was like, and then I looked at my rising sign specifically and I'm like, accurate. So it just helps me know that like, you know what, there is a thing about trusting divine timing. Like, and especially if you're doing the work, put yourself out there. Tell people what it is that you're working on. Share exactly what your principles are and what standards you are. You will start attracting the right people, whether the algorithm likes it or not. Because your energy and your frequency supersedes the algorithms. How is that for something? Right? Like, I literally woke up and I was like in a weird place. And then these messages came through and then I was like, what do I do? And then I was like, let me go live. And now I'm live. And now you're here. And now you're like tapped in, tuned in, turned on, like Abraham Hicks says. And you're now like, okay, now it's go time. Okay, now I can do this. Okay, yeah. I'm picking up what she's putting down. This is what I want. So, like, I would also say, like, please, if you can, like, subscribe to my Substack for free. It's literally like hit the follow button, basically, but in Substack land, or like subscribe to my YouTube for free, because I will be posting the Patreon, and then we can move on from there. Okay. Any other questions before I go and actually fix myself something? I'm so excited. Y'all make me so happy. Thank you so much for supporting me and for bearing with me as I've just been getting my bearings too. It is confusing. I'm going through the same stuff. So it's not like I do use Discord. I do use Discord. I believe my Discord is just my name if you want to look for me. I tried doing a Discord before. I could do a paid Discord membership thing, but Patreon feels better. I've tried 3 different times to get Discord going and it just does not work for me, and I don't understand why, but I do still use it. So if you wanted to DM me, you could DM me there because I don't use any Meta products. So you can either email me or you can find me on Discord for sure. Any other questions? Thank you for all the likes, Lisa. Okay. Any other questions before I go? Because I'm just like, I need food now. That was a lot. I'm so happy. I feel like the message got out to the people that need to get out to. We should work together on a server. I know people that can set things up. Well, then DM me on Discord then. DM me on Discord. Thank you, Alicia. I hope you have an incredible day today. Thank you, Captain. Get some fuel. I'll catch you another time. I didn't catch the messages, but it's okay. Don't worry, Lisa. I'm going to put the replay on YouTube and on my Substack. So as long as you're following me on both of those platforms, you'll be able to see the replay. Okay? Okay. I love you to the moon and back. For those of you who are watching the replay, if you're interested in my Patreon, the link will be below. And if you're interested in any of my other offerings, of course, you know, you can always email me as well and apply for a New Earth mentorship. or if you're really wanting to get that other group going of like people who are wealthy, like who already made it and now want to spiritually ascend and, you know, need my assistance, we can also create that group too, because I kind of got the download for that name and I'm low key stupid excited. So I'm also creating that container as well, that safe space. Okay. My Discord is my name. If you literally go search for my handle in Discord for people, you'll see it. It's literally my name. So Alicia Yang, okay? I love you. I love you so much. Just remember, you are loved. You are divinely directed and protected. So use today to release anything else that you need, that you don't want to be bringing into this new chapter. That is the last thing that I want to leave you with. Just take today to like release anything you want so that tomorrow you are not, it's meh. And we're like, ah, and then we can wear our crowns and be happy. Okay. I love you. Happy Friday. Good morning.